Hey guys, I'm Gary, and this is your exclusive movie review of The Descent. One thing that's always interested me that I still want to do one day on my bucket list is skydiving. Scuba diving and cave diving was on that list until I saw The Descent. This is a much older film, around 2005 in fact, and I don't think I saw this film until about 2012. But among others, this is one of those films that got me hooked on smaller scale horror films. The concept behind it freaked the shit out of me. My first viewing, there were moments my eyes wanted to just turn away, but my brain was just like, nope, just keep watching. This is one of those films that has become a classic, for me at least. Cult wise, maybe not. It got hints of Alien in it, for sure. I'm a big fan of horror films, and especially monster films where less is better. You don't need to see a clear shot of the monsters to satisfy your craving for horror. If the filmmakers did their job in creating a tone that really depicts a presence without a clear visual, and The Descent succeeds in that. So if you're watching this review and you've never seen The Descent, I'll sum it up for you without giving you too many spoilers. It's about a group of women who go on a cave diving expedition to help a friend go back on her feet after a tragic accident happened a year prior. Once they're deep enough in the cave, creatures that look a lot like pale vampires start stalking them, and from there, it's survival of the fittest. It actually reminded me of a time in my childhood when I actually thought demons from hell physically lived underground in caves and dirt. I was curious more than once and dug craters in our backyard. You can imagine I didn't get very far once my parents came home. And it looks to be very likely that creative minds think alike. The one thing about this film is I did enjoy the lack of star power. We don't need big budget names to dive into a concept like this and ask ourselves, what would we do if you're stuck at the bottom of a cave and vampire like creatures attacked you? I think having star names would just take you right out of the experience, anyways. There's no way you could really relate to putting yourself into Nicole Kidman or Sandra Bullock's shoes and still gain the same tone of the film and be frightened. There is one thing that didn't really make sense to me that could have been avoided with proper communication on both characters' parts. As one of these girls are battling it out with one of the crawlers, an incident happens with another character. It wasn't clear if these two had any conflict throughout the film, but some lives are sacrificed just because of a quick judgment call against her. I feel like at least one extra life could have been saved if the incident was brought up. The only influence I saw was Alien. There is one particular shot when the crawlers are up against one of the girls who is trying to stay very still. It's on a slightly different angle, but it's with half of the character's face and the crawler's face in that same shot while it sniffs and breathes on her. The shot is more iconic in Aliens, clearly, but it could definitely bring some fear in a person's eyes at that moment like that. The film also gives you a very teensy-wincy bit of what someone might have gone through in the same situation 60 years prior. I'm curious if the filmmakers ever thought or discussed setting one of these films in the distant past. Overall, I'd have to recommend it. The acting isn't the greatest, it's not bad, but the film makes it up with its concept and fear of demons in the underground. Well, thanks for watching, and please share if you agree or disagree. Put a comment down below me.